Hey guys, Marzinger here, bringing over Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, and so we just had the May producer letter premiere on the YouTube side with a whole bunch of information about some upcoming events, changes to the schedule, some very big changes, a new system which is kind of like an extra pity system, sort of. We'll go into it, and of course the information on the Part 2 LR, as well as a little bit of information about the format of the banner. So we are going to go through the info here, everything we've got, my speculation, my thoughts, especially on some of the immediate reactions that I've seen from the community, and yeah, we'll just go ahead and jump right into it. So obviously we have our boy Ken instead of Amatsu letting us know what's been going on. They first of all covered this thing about the 10th anniversary reward tickets that will basically lead to wallpapers for the anniversary. So there's something we kind of already knew about, right? So do these missions every month, get wallpapers by the time the 11th anniversary comes around. The missions are so easy, you just do them by general daily play of the game, so shouldn't have to worry about these, but make sure you don't miss any, because obviously there's going to be 3 wallpapers, there's 30 tickets in total, so logic would dictate each wallpaper is going to cost 10 tickets, so if you miss any at any point, you won't be able to get all 3 of the wallpapers, so do bear that in mind. Then they mentioned the Seriously Serious event. So this obviously is the event we already know about. Every month this is going to get a new stage, and the stages will have a mission that will give you tickets for whatever the main current summon is. So that's obviously very good. Free summons is always nice. The event's not that difficult either, so that's very good. And then they talked about this new system that they're introducing. They mentioned that this will be introduced with the Dokkan Fest that comes out at the end of May, and this is summon points. So this is very interesting. So 1 summon point is obtained by performing a multi-summon that allows you to recruit 10 characters. So a normal multi-summon on a normal banner gives you 1 summon point. Once you've obtained a certain number of summon points, you can exchange them for exclusive summon tickets. The tickets can then be used in the exclusive ticket summon. Now, that just makes it seem like by summoning on the banner, you then just get free tickets. Kind of like the way Global used to get like every multi gave you 3 tickets on the anniversary banner. However, the thing that I stress to point out here, where it says caution in the lower half, summon points cannot be obtained by performing single summons. So that's fine, good. The nail in the coffin of the single summon agenda. People should never be doing single summons anyway. So that's whatever. The amount of summon points you can obtain from a summon is limited. So that's fine, right? You can only get a limited number of tickets because you'll only be able to get a limited number of summon points. But the thing that stands out to me is the characters available in the exclusive ticket summons are different from that of regular summons. So that could mean one of 2 things. That means either the pool of units that you're going to summon for with the tickets is better, or it's worse. So say, for example, we've got now the Hit and Kaioken Goku banners. If you were to get these tickets, do you then summon on a version of the banner that, like, doesn't have Hit and Goku? It only has the other featured units. Or do you get to summon on a banner that doesn't have some of the worse featured units? So your chances of getting the new unit or some of the more recent featured units is better. That is something that we don't know, but it says the characters available in the exclusive ticket summon are different. But that could mean a whole bunch of things. It could mean, again, if we're using like the Hit banner as an example, it could be that there's Hit, but then all of the other featured units are different. Like at this point, we have no idea what this means. But the important takeaway is that it's just free summons, because every multi you do, you get summon points. Those summon points can be exchanged for tickets, and those tickets can be used to summon characters. So even if you can't get the new character that is the main featured unit on the banner, you're still getting free summons for something. So I guess we will have to wait and see. But yeah, summon points, definitely very interesting. And then, yeah, they mentioned that this will happen with the Dokkan Fest at the end of May. So then the next big thing, the Dokkan Special Day is going to be a thing going forward for the rest of this year, because this is the 10th year the whole year is going to be full of crazy stuff. So every month now, on the 15th of the month and the 30th of the month, those 2 days are both going to be the Dokkan special day. So this will have a couple of different things. The special tickets, will be able to get more of the special tickets. So just like the ones from the Goku event. So these will be for whatever the current summon banner is. There's going to be a link level event that gives you a much higher rate of link levels. And it says a bunch of other special missions and stuff as well. So twice a month, there's going to be even more tickets available. So the amount of like free summons and stuff we're going to be getting every month for the rest of this year is kind of crazy, which obviously is very, very cool. So this is the 15th and the 30th of every month. And then, of course, the big thing that we wanted to see, and that is that the Part 2 LR, not only do they reveal the Part 2 LR, but more importantly, well, I say maybe not more importantly, but importantly, they also reveal that this is going to be a Rising Dragon Carnival. And so what that means, for people who don't know necessarily straight away, is it's a double rates banner. So double rates, lots of SSRs incoming. Also, that means lots of extra coins potentially for exchanging if you've got most of the units in the game, right? Every bonus SSR is more coins you can trade in. However, Rising Dragon Carnivals, we haven't had one yet that has a pity system. So that's kind of the double-edged sword for this banner, is you're going to get double rates, but potentially no pity. So that's something to bear in mind. And then, of course, they reveal the LR. The LR is going to be, it's probably hard to find a good still for this, but as many people had predicted, we are getting a reversible exchange Super Saiyan 2 Caulifla and Super Saiyan 2 Kale. So these guys are going to be able to exchange infinitely between Super Saiyan 2 Caulifla and then Super Saiyan 2 Kale. They said that they both have active skills. They do obviously show like a little trailer that has some clips from their super attack animations. And the big thing that they mention is that they both have active skills. So the interesting thing is that I've seen a lot of people immediately jumping to the conclusion that this means that the unit doesn't fuse, because they don't show Kefla anywhere in the animations. Nor is Kefla like in the card art anywhere here, right, for either of these characters. However, if you go back and take a look at the 10th anniversary Goku and Vegeta cards, right, the Tech Vegeta and the AGL Gogeta, in their Goku and Vegeta arts, they don't show Gogeta or Vegito. So the fact that the Kefla isn't in the card art that we saw does not mean that they don't fuse into Kefla. Now, don't get me wrong, they could still not fuse into Kefla, but the fact that I'm seeing people immediately being like, oh my god, they don't fuse, when, like, we don't know that yet, right? Now, a lot of people have raised a point, and it is a decent point, like, why wouldn't they show Kefla in this, like, video? Because it will be more hype to tease the fact that the unit does fuse into Kefla. Even if they literally just showed one shot of like the Patara or something, that would obviously create more hype and give us that, like, you know, indication that they are going to fuse into Kefla. But at the end of the day, it's like the Golden Week Part 2 LR. Like, obviously for the 10th anniversary, the biggest, most hype like celebration of all time, obviously they showed that it was going to be Gogeta and Vegito, because that's what people wanted to see, right? And yeah, people want to see Kefla for this, but bearing in mind that this video, the producer letter, was all about a bunch of different stuff coming out, including changes to the schedule, new summoning system, all this kind of stuff. If it was just a video about the Part 2 LR and the Part 2 LR only, then I would think it would be weird that they didn't show Kefla if she's going to be part of the card. But I still absolutely think that she could be. I'm not going to say she definitely is, obviously, because they haven't shown that. But the fact that they haven't shown it doesn't mean that she definitely isn't part of the card, which I'm already seeing people jump to that conclusion, right? Now, they didn't give us any of the details at all, not even like the leader skill, like no info whatsoever. They did just say that that will be posted later on the social medias. I imagine that that could actually be posted within the next few hours. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that. But let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think that this unit is not going to fuse because they didn't show anything? Or, like I say, I don't think that means anything. But Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. And then another big thing is they showed a change to the future schedule. So as you can see here, in past years, the anniversary for JP was in January to February. Saiyan Day was in March, Golden Week, May to June. Then JP had the Tanabata celebration and Global had their anniversary. And then we had the worldwide. Now, of course, we have the anniversary at the same time in January to February. Saiyan Day is the same, then Golden Week. Then this is where they're now going to make some big changes. So now we are going to have in July, instead of the Tanabata celebration, both versions of the game are going to have a celebration called the Global Dokkan campaign. And this is a celebration basically because of the global anniversary. So this is going to be, and they say this is going to be a celebration of the same size and scope of an anniversary. So we're essentially getting another huge celebration. And then they don't give any more information, right? Because the box underneath remains as coming soon for the rest of the video. So assuming the worldwide is still going to be here, which is going to be kind of crazy because it means, I guess, just like Global always used to, we're going to be going from an anniversary level celebration basically straight into the worldwide celebration, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, big news that we're going to get a massive celebration in July. They did mention that Tanabata would basically move to September, which, I mean, for Global, the Tanabata unit used to not come out until November anyway. So big changes to the schedule. It's not just JP Global suddenly adopting the exact same schedule that JP used to have. They're making some big changes that obviously are then going to be in place for both versions of the game at the same time, which is very interesting. And then last but not least, they revealed no real information in terms of the details, but they're going to be releasing the Bandai Namco Entertainment web store where you can purchase Dragon Stones directly from this store. Now, my understanding of this is that obviously they do this so that they can kind of get around having to give Apple or Google any cut, obviously, of you buying them in the app through the App Store, through Google Play or through Apple Pay, right? So you have to have your account linked to a Bandai Namco ID, which is a thing that they implemented a while ago for this campaign where you could get some free stones. They show like a little tutorial of how to do it. Chances are you've probably done this already. You have to have this done, and then I guess you go to the site, log in with your Bandai Namco ID, and because it's then linked to your Dokkan account, you can then use that site to buy stones for your Dokkan account. And then obviously you can then get them at a discounted rate because they can offer them at a cheaper rate because they're then not having to pay a cut to Google or Apple. And one of the things that he mentioned as well is that there will be potential like discount codes and stuff as well. No idea how we'll get those, but they could be part of like big future promotions and celebrations. Like, for example, the stones in the web store could have a certain set price, and then when we get to like the worldwide celebration, and let's say it's a Frieza and Goku celebration, there could then be a code like Frieza versus Goku that during that worldwide gives you extra percentage off of stones. We don't know exactly how that's going to work or what those discount codes are going to be. But yeah, you'll be able to, essentially the takeaway from this is that we should be able to get stones at a cheaper price from what they show in the shop in the app. So at the end of the day, I can't complain about that. I'll take cheaper stones any day of the week. So yeah, that is essentially all of the information that we got. The Part 2 LR is reversible exchange Kale and Caulifla, something that a lot of people did predict. I mentioned it in my video, of course, because talking about the missions for the Frieza event, this unit will be in Mastered Evolution, Super Bosses, and Rapid Growth, which is what the 3 missions are for the Frieza event that come out in Part 2, because obviously this unit has all the categories of both Kale and Caulifla. So whilst they share a ton, like Universe 6, Peppy Gals, Super Saiyan 2, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, Kale is on Exploding Rage, Caulifla's on Mastered Evolution. This card obviously will be on both of those. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Are you excited for the reversible exchange Kale and Caulifla? Will you be summoning for them? What are your thoughts down below? Let me know everything in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.